Welcome to T2 Nights. T2 Boogie Nights. I got the hiccups, guys. I don't know how good this video is going to be, but I'm trying to get through it. I want to talk about, like I already talked about, the VR system I'm thinking about getting. But other than VR, I also made a video talking about the old game nostalgia and shit. So now I want to make a video talking about actual new games that I'm kind of hyped for, which is a pretty short list. If you look at the new games that are coming out next year, there's not a lot there. But there's some games that are already out that I kind of want to play. I thought I mentioned those. Red Dead 2, haven't played that at all. Hell Let Loose looks kind of interesting, but it's kind of the same old like World War II, or is it 2 or 1? I don't know. One of those games. And Horizon Zero Dawn, I've never played that. Looks pretty good. Some of those kind of like single player games. Plus there's a bunch of Assassin's Creed I've never played. And then they got the new Valhalla coming out, which looks pretty amazing. But I never played like the pirate one. Or the one where you're in America as an Indian. And the Odyssey and stuff. I started playing that one a little bit. But there's this game that came out. I think it's out in early access, yeah. Called This Land Is My Land. I don't know if you guys have seen this. It looks pretty dope. You play as a Native American, and you're stealthing around killing pioneers, frontiersmen and shit. God damn, this hiccup is so bad. It looks like The Hunter a little bit. I think I'll get into this. Even though I don't really have that much time to play games right now with all the actual hunting and fishing I'm doing. But I can't hunt buffaloes, so. Yeah. Where's the actual, like, killing dudes? What's the other trailer? Give us some killing. There we go. Bam, bam. Bam, bam. Seems a little bit like PC or social justicey with all the like sports teams that are having to rename because of the Indians and the Braves and whatever else. But I think this game's been in development longer than the Minneapolis thing happened. So I'm going to give it a pass. Probably doing it just because Horizon Zero Dawn's been so successful. Everybody's like talking about Last of Us 2, how it's like super PC, but some people say it's the greatest game in the world, and other people say it's like just all social justicey. So I don't know. I don't know if it's even on PC. So this is kind of like Red Dead Redemption, but you're the Indian instead of the guy. Seems pretty dope. One game I really want to talk about is Dying Light Hellraid. If you haven't seen this video by Colossal Kiwi, check it out. Because he was like a super fan. Also, Dying Light 2 is one of the games I'm looking forward to. That's coming out next year, I think. Maybe this year. But this is a $10 DLC for it. It's based on this game that they were going to make like a long time ago, and they canceled it, and now they're actually making it. So it's kind of like an in-game arcade game you play in Dying Light.
Developed by Techland, with a focus on hack-and-slash combat set in a dark fantasy universe. The original working title was Project
cool,
Hell, and it was revealed to the world in 2012.
Kind of you can do all of this stuff with Skyrim, but
story mode, mission mode, and arena mode. The story mode
Dying
followed
Light
a protagonist named Aiden. Actually pretty funny now that I think about it. Who is to be voiced by the one and only Nolan North. And basically the whole idea was that Aiden was on a quest to close the gates of hell and put an end to the demonic invasion taking place in his homeland. The mission mode was intended to challenge players to master the levels, collect points, and complete the tasks as efficiently as possible. Terrifying.
So this comes out like August 13th.
It usually means it's a significant chunk of content. This doesn't...
Seems pretty neat. So it's like an arcade game that you play in Dying Light, I guess. I was looking at this list of games that could be shown at E3. What all you got on here? You got, what What's that? Iron Man VR looks really good.
Something else going on here.
Watch Dogs Legion looks pretty cool. Elden Ring. I don't really. Is this like a? It's not got anything to do with the Elder Scrolls, right? Namco. Okay, never mind. Guess it doesn't. Something Tokyo here. Didn't really catch that. Is there a list down here what I'm looking at? No. Yeah, Good and Evil. Me. There's Last of Us. Halo Infinite. I don't care about any Halos. And then you got Cyberpunk. So I wasn't really that hyped on Cyberpunk at first, but now I'm getting more into it. It kind of seemed like they weren't going to be able to do all the things they claimed they'd be able to do, like have like all these NPCs, like hundreds of them that are all living their lives. Unless you made like a server farm that each computer had to like control one NPC or 10 NPCs or something. I guess you could make it at least seem like they're doing what they say they're doing. Plus you got Keanu Reeves. Like each one of these guys has their own name and stuff. They have their own like. Yeah. I guess it could work. If it does what they say it can do, then it would be good. What's this one? That's Dying Light 2. And then there's the new GTA. I don't know if this is some kind of mock-up or whatever. But I think the new GTA is supposed to be like Vice City, right? Because this doesn't look like graphically it would be even close to like... This looks old. This looks like something somebody made in a... I don't know. But like Vice City was my favorite. Well, San Andreas was probably my favorite. But the Vice City environment, that time period was my favorite. GTA game, so I'm looking forward to whatever the next one is. Even though I never really played the single player of GTA 5, so I should probably get on that. But probably the biggest thing we got to talk about is the Ashes of Creation. That's what everybody's talking about right now. That's the big hype game right now. So, if you don't know what Ashes of Creation is, I think this one explains it the best. The node system. Check this out. This is how it works. You got different areas, and I think this would go really good with my ultimate game idea that you guys probably know about. I had like 3 factions that you fly over territory and stuff, sort of, and you send big monsters to attack each other. So this, you do your basic survival shit. You gather resources and stuff. But as you do that in the area, it levels up your area. And then it becomes like a small settlement. Then it becomes a village. Then it becomes a town. Then it becomes like a huge metropolis. And you can only advance it if the surrounding areas allow you to. So like if you got something blocking you, you have to do a siege on that area next to where you want to advance, and then you can advance the area you want to advance. So it's constantly changing, like what you got to do, depending on what you're trying to do and what everybody else is doing. And then each server is going to be different to the other servers because they all have different people in their different areas trying to make different areas grow. So that right there in itself, if you applied it to my game idea, that would make... That was one of the problems I have with my game, was like, how do you make it replayable? Because it seems like you would get bored after a while. Then I had the idea of making it where your character has permadeath and you only level up like maybe 5 ranks or something, and then you can die and then play the other classes and rank them up, and then once you do all that, you get like some kind of other elite level. But this seems like a better idea, like you level up the land instead of the character. But my idea was that you have other players promote you. You'd have to do something like some kind of act of valor, and then if the people that are around you that saw it happen, they vote on it, like who did the best, and then you would get ranked up like that, sort of.
history of
Or
development,
somebody that's already higher
no
rank would have to like
two
knight
systems
you or
will be the
something.
same. An MMORPG with a true
This looks pretty good though. I don't even know what company makes
Node
this.
aesthetics, there will also be a lot of diversity here
What company
too,
is this?
as the node will take on the architectural appearance of the race that contributed the most
Does
expertise
it say?
to its development. So let's say a guild of orcs went to an area and contributed the most XP
Oh,
to a node
ba-
by building it to a town. You've then got a town with an orcish aesthetic. Maybe
Oh,
a
that's
group of
cool.
dwarves wanted to
The
explore
town is
the
based
mountains.
on
They could eventually have their own dwarven city in the mountains. The aesthetic of the node changes at every level of development
City?
based on the race
Now
that
I'm hooked.
contributes
Okay,
the
I'm
most
in.
XP to the node. On top
can
of
ride
all
bears.
this, each node in
I'm
the
in.
world will be assigned one of 4 possible node types.
That's what I need is like an
each having
artist
unique
or somebody that
benefits.
can create
Got
like a
divine,
trailer like
economic,
this of
militaristic,
my
and
game idea.
scientific node types.
Like this, that little
Balancing
part
a
right here.
scientific node over an economic node,
Look
for
at this.
example,
This little thing where they do the map drawing and they explain how everything
Let's say
works.
you and a group of
That's
friends
what I need for my
decide to
game.
kill mobs and gather in a
Something like that.
on top of the node, as well as choose building
Mayor
methods
election
within the
system.
node. The way the mayoral election system is
PvP
designed is
content,
different for each
corruption
node type.
system.
For scientific,
Oh, they got a lot of systems in this. Oh, I didn't even watch this whole video. I'm just like finding out about this.
To know that this game has anti-grief mechanics in the form of its corruption system. When it comes to corruption,
Like
players have
Arcade had a thing.
traits. Green,
You could go to
non-corrupted,
trial and the
purple,
jury of your peers
combatant,
would convict you on
red,
shit you did.
corrupted. I've displayed an image on screen that shows how this system works, but from the point of view of a non-combatant PvE player minding their own business, if another player comes up to you and kills you, they all become corrupted and receive ever-growing penalties the more innocent
seems
players
complicated.
they decide to kill. Eventually, corrupted players can drop their items, which can be looted by other players. They
Oh.
also lose more experience upon death, and also feel
What's the
dampening
benefit of being a
easily they
corrupted
become
player
weaker.
then?
Corruption
And why am
gains
I
also
blurry right
greater
now?
based on the level disparity, so a high level randomly killing a new
There we
low
go.
level player really isn't worth it. Additionally, the game will have a bounty system where players with high corruption score will appear on the map for bounty hunters to track
See, if
down.
this was just like an announcement and they were saying all this shit, I'd be calling bullshit. Like, you're not going to do all this crap. But they already have, like, gameplay of it. So it seems like it's already been
They kill
done.
for rewards, and NPC guards will also attack corrupted players on site. being
Caravan
localized to
PvP.
each node and different areas of the map having
See, they said they took all the good aspects of a lot of different MMOs and combined them. This seems like an arcade thing, because you always had to take your trade packs place to place. You got this caravan of, like, covered wagons you can attack.
Approach the caravan, they'll be given 3 options: attack, defend, or ignore. Caravans can transport goods from
Oh, yeah, that's
one
totally
player at a
arcade.
time, and I can
They
imagine
ripped-
this system alone will bring about the
What is
existence
that
of
thing,
massive
dude? What? It's like the tails in the front. Oh, it's like an anteater or something.
by other players.
What is this
Castle
horse?
Sieges will be a monthly event in which guilds can fight in a 250 vs 250 battle to take control of one of the 5 castles in the world. Node sieges are different to castle sieges and are the catalyst for change in the world. Node
Wild.
sieges can last up to 2 hours.
It's
If
too
the node is
wild.
successfully defended, it can't be attacked for a certain period of time in relation
Pretty
to
sick
their
looking
own
armor
economy.
for a game like where you're
Village,
just a
for
peon.
example, can't be attacked for another
Or I would
20
imagine you
days,
would just be
whilst
like a regular
Metropolis
soldier.
can't be attacked for 50 days if
Everybody's wearing, like,
successfully.
white and
The
gold
node is
shit.
reset to 0, and players
Guild
will
Wars.
also
I guess they stole some stuff from Guild Wars.
separate PvP system in Ashes of Creation, which basically allows guilds to declare war on each other and receive certain
Duels,
objectives to meet a
PvE
victory.
content.
Instanced raids, worlds,
Oh yeah, even like the world bosses, like dragons and shit, are kind of like they level up the same way the land levels up, and they appear at certain levels. Like if you want to fight a dragon, you got to level up that land so that the dragon will spawn. If you don't do that, then you don't get fat loots. So you kind of need to do the resource gathering in order to get high-end gear. I imagine kind of like how you open Encourage, like you had to put all this work into it just to do the raid to get the Encourage gear.
At the entrance, you might be fighting weaker, lower-level mobs with fewer mechanics, but as you get deeper into the dungeon, you'll fight tougher.
This is a long video. It's 26 minutes, but there's like so many
Additionally,
sections.
something you need to bear in mind is that all of
Seems
the
like an hour and a
content
half.
that's available in Ashes depends on the location
Monster
of the
coin
node.
events.
During this time, players can use an item called a monster coin, which they can receive as a rare.
You turn into a monster yourself?
A monster and assist the NPC
What?
in attacking the node against other players. During a monster coin event, the node can't be destroyed.
I feel like I'm spending a lot of time on this game, but like it's so hype right now. Like Asmongold made a video.
Quests in Ashes of Creation
Shroud.
are divided up into 3 categories. Events,
You guys play Sea of
tasks,
Thieves all the
and
time.
active quests.
Summit.
Events are things that happen in Ashes as a result of the development of the world. Successfully
This is turning into like
completing an
super
event will have
hype.
Positive consequences. Quests are more traditional story quests that can be personal to your class.
Player housing.
And you've got a list of options for cultures, which will be reflected in the appearance of
Races.
nodes
They
that
didn't really look very
contribute
good.
to the
Let's look at these
map,
again.
on 9 playable.
Yeah, these are known races that. Oh wait, you got elves, orcs, humans, and dwarves, but there's 2 different factions of each. Okay. What are the dwarves? Dunir and Nikua. Dunir all the way. Fuck Nikua. That sounds like Hakuna Matata type shit. That's not a dwarven name. Look at these anteaters. That's not a horse. The tail's in the front.
Races for launch, each of which have different cultures, which will be reflected in the appearance of nodes that they contribute to the most. You've got 2 different variations of humans.
Yep,
dwarves,
I was
elves,
right. Look at
orcs,
'em.
and a
Family, freedom, courage. That's like some goddamn Haka New Zealand shit over there. You gotta be a Dunir dwarf if you're doing a dwarf. Like, what is... Huh. This one looks like a tribal race. That one looks kind of tribally. And then that one looks kind of tribally. Mountains are their homes. What is this weapon even? It's like a snake that's about to bite you in the arm. Like, it curls back on itself. It doesn't look like a bow. It looks like a club with like a fish head or something on the end of it. What kind of dwarves are these, dude? I don't trust them. Don't trust them at all.
race called the Tolnar, which live underground. The ability to lean against scenery, sit on benches, and dance with other players. You'll be able to play parlor games with other players.
Parlor games?
Some being dice games, others
While the bear eats and shits in the corner.
to join different types of social organizations in the game, such as the
Oh, that was a
Scouts
nice
Academy,
dance right there.
Thieves Guild, or
I remember that dance.
and there'll also be
That's the
a-
Draenei dance, isn't it? Or the Night Elf?
special quests and further functionality
Or
with
this
player
human
housing.
dance. I don't know. They copied it from Warcraft, whatever it was.
It seems as though there's
It was a
gonna be
night
more
elf.
than enough choices and
Otters?
customization in Ashes of
Fuck
Creation.
yes, otters. If you can be dwarves and ride otters, I'm all in.
Also have all the immersive social
Otters are the
elements
best
that bring
creatures.
people together in an MMO. Professions and life skills in Ashes of Creation are referred to as artisan classes.
I like the way these
These are
buildings
split
like have a
into
puff of
three
smoke
trades:
when you build them.
Gathering, processing, and crafting. Gathering professions consist of fishing, herbalism, lumberjacking, mining, and
Lumberjacking.
processing professions basically
Outside
use raw
lumberjacking.
material via the use of
what
certain
it's all about.
freehold buildings, such as forges to process ore into bars, lumberyards processing logs to
Arts and classes and professions,
design
please.
so that it won't become irrelevant like in others with your primary class. You'll get to choose a s- Players can choose to have up to 75% of either tab targeting abilities or 75% action combat abilities, but not 100%
Flame whip.
either way. Personally, the way I'd imagine this system will play out will be something close to Guild Wars 2 or Arcade. However, the action
It
combat
does have a
side of
Guild
this
Wars
combat
look to it
system
when
is
you're
still in
running
development
around
as of
strafing like
this
that.
video, so it's hard to say how the complete system will actually feel. Starting out in Ashes of Creation, you'll first
Look at this map again. It looks a little bit like Azeroth. You got your mountains on the east island. You got your kind of plague lands up here. This part sticks out kind of like Stormwind, doesn't that stick out a little bit? And you got down here your jungle. Shrinking Vale. By the way, I'm pretty sure I'm going to name that side of my pond where I lost my boots Booty Bay. Because you got to. Oh, we got over here. You got Hyjal. You got your Orc starting area. You got your Azshara. Up here, you got the Hinterlands, which is in the wrong place. It looks similar.
when starting out in swamps, plains, forests, it will be covered in a fog of war until areas have been explored and
Booty Bay.
Additionally, there will
'Cause
be
it's got
some
boots
zones
in it,
the world
and
that
it's a
will
bay,
experience
sort of.
awful peaks. When it comes to the leveling, the max level will be
Flying mounts.
10,000
Fast
players.
travel. What did it
Seeing them
say?
will be really epic. It's also worth mentioning that fast travel will be extremely
Is this
limited
game
in
for
this
real,
game.
or is it a fucking another Darkfall vaporware bullshit? Like Mythos.
And why this game isn't just a pipe dream. rather
Actually,
something
Mythos
many
came out,
people,
but it
including
wasn't that
myself,
great.
will be testing with
So did
new
Darkfall,
gameplay
but not
before
when
the
they
end
said
of
it
this
would.
year. First of all, it goes without saying after everything I've just
I should make a
explained
list
about
of
the
all
game,
those games that
it will be the most
were way
ambitious
more hyped
fantasy
than they turned out to be.
MMORPG
Like,
ever attempted. The game will truly have something for
it's the
everyone.
flying around
It's not
robot-y
just a
game.
PvP MMO
Starts with
or
an A.
PvE MMO. It's a genuine PvX MMO that has pretty much everything. Usually, when a new MMORPG is announced from the community and developers, we have a clear blueprint
the
for how this
fucking-
game will actually play
How
out.
close those birds are flying together. It looks like it has 4 wings.
Creation wiki. When it comes to the
Or
core
it
game
does.
design systems, there's no what
4
does
winged
that
bird.
action tab
What
hide
type
the
of god would
system
make such a
actually
creature?
look like? I think
Obviously,
if
God
it
doesn't
is that,
exist.
just follow the blueprint
got
of the
4
script
winged
until
birds.
it will be a guaranteed success. Ashes of Creation is primarily a privately funded MMORPG made by an MMO fan frustrated by the direction of the genre, who was extremely successful in business earlier in life. Since I first covered this project in
Mr.
2017,
Beast made
we've
this?
seen the studio he created expand to over 100 developers, attracting people from Blizzard, Sony Online Entertainment.
Who is
Hellraid,
this
and
madman?
more. This year especially, we've seen production for Ashes of Creation ramp up significantly, and in recent live streams,
That
we've
looked
seen
like
gameplay
an Ixia
sessions
right there.
on many core systems working, such as the main
Or
horde
like one of
system,
those red
early
dragons.
hybrid combat,
Not the black
real-time
ones,
mode
looks like one of those
development,
ones from
open world dungeons, a
Burning
40-man
Steps or some
raid,
shit.
the caravan PvP system, basic profession NDA, despite previously being 2 months out from its supposed release.
That's a cool
It's
class.
also
Summon a
very
lance,
convincing.
fling it
Now,
at
all
shit.
of that's not to say
Flaming
that Ashes of
bears
Creation
attack.
hasn't had its problems or dramas
I'm
throughout
into
its
it.
development,
This
because
is a
it
cool looking
certainly
game.
has.
So I'll probably get flagged for showing so much of his video, but that was pretty cool. So, is that all the games I wanted to talk about? We got the Hellraid. Let's see, we talked about all the Indian shit. And then I think there was something else that comes out like in a couple of weeks, but I can't figure out what it was that I was going to talk about. I don't know. I think that's kind of all I'm looking forward to right now. List of upcoming games. Let's see here. Spider-Man Miles Morales may be good. Probably not going to be on PC. Avengers. Nah, Dirt 5. Who needs another fucking Dirt game? Stop making Dirt games. Outriders. Oh, that's for PC. Yakuza Like a Dragon for PC. I always heard those Yakuza games are good. NoobTube was always really hyped about those. Let's see, Watch Dogs Legion, Legions, blah, 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 blah. Diablo 2 Remastered, if you ever do that. I'd play that. I'd rather it be like an actual new Diablo that's based on Diablo 2. Like if they, I don't know. The problem with those kind of games is you've seen everything and done everything. You want to do different stuff. Lord of the Rings Gollum. I should probably show you guys what I'm looking at. Ghostwire Tokyo. That's what that one was. Resident Evil 8. Skull and Bones. Horizon Forbidden West. Okay, that's the new Horizon Zero Dawn game. Or I guess you swim a lot. Oh! Far Cry 6. They announced that, didn't they? Yeah, I'm hyped for any kind of Far Cry game. I always like those. Demon Souls. Yeah, Dying Light 2, Bayonetta 3. I don't know what the fuck that is. That's Xbox anyway. And Diablo 4. Nah, I'm not even hyped for it. I don't trust Blizzard to make a good game at all. Fuck Blizzard. What's this? Oh, yeah. So far, we know 3 classes. Druid, Sorceress, and Barbarian. Druid? They need to go back to, like... What was Diablo 1? That wasn't a Barbarian. That was like a fighter or something. What was he called? Wizard? Rogue, and... I don't even remember what it was called. Starfield. It's gonna suck. Bethesda's so shit now. The problem with all these like games that have been announced, like it's all companies that you can't trust. Call of the Sea. Yeah, if there's like another good pirate game that's actually like Sea of Thieves, but with more stuff to do. Like I want a good pirate game where you got a ship that everybody has to work together to get the ship to work right. And it doesn't just sink immediately. It like takes a while to like you have time to go underneath there and like bail the water out and do some carpentry and fix it. But you kind of got to like plan ahead like an arcade. Like you could go faster east to west if you're in one type of ship, or faster north to south if you're in another type of ship. The wind changes. You got currents. You got to like navigate. Stuff like that. You know, like One Piece, where you got to like actually know what you're doing to run a good pirate ship. That's what we need. Good pirate ship game. Alright, I gotta go to bed. It's fucking 8:30. Oh my god. I'm gonna be late for work.